Oh, I did not check my hair. Oh God. Pretty? Good enough? Oh God. Oh, whatever. It's gonna drive me crazy. Let's just pin this back out of my face somewhat. Right. Hello, friends. I tried to say a little bit less creepy than I did last time. When I was editing out, I was sitting there thinking, I sound like a crazy person. Maybe I do sound like a crazy person, but I tried to say it less crazy this time. Hello, friends. How is everyone? First of all, I would like to say, welcome to the Lone Larch podcast. I am Jenny. I'm going to try and think for a minute. On Instagram, I am Lone Larch Designs. On Etsy, I am Lone Larch Designs. And on Ravelry, I am Jentastic, which is Jentastk. So look me up, find me, and say hi on whichever platform you like better. I wanted to say thank you to everyone that watched episode number 1 of my podcast. It was pretty cool. When I first made it, I thought it was just going to be knitting people that were going to be watching it, and not every single person I know. Some of my friends caught wind of it and then started posting it all over Facebook. So then my mother-in-laws both watched it. Hi. And then my mom watched it, and all of my family watched it, which is awesome, and that's totally fine, but it was just unexpected because they're not knitters, but all of my family lives far away from me, so I can understand how they wanted to watch it so that they could just see what I'm doing and how I am, I guess, and all of that. So welcome everyone who runs across it. I hope you enjoy hanging out with me. Thank you to Inked Indigo, Amy. She also seemed to announce to the world that I was here and that my podcast needed to be watched. Same with Sue Stokes, who is Knit24 on Periscope and Instagram and everywhere else, I think. Thank you to everyone that has mentioned me, and I'm totally overwhelmed with the amount of people that have watched it, and the comments that I've gotten, and the texts that I've gotten from everyone saying, good job, keep going, we like hanging out with you. So thank you. Here I am. And I'm going to keep going. And I keep turning a very strange color, so I'll try and stay in the spot where I don't look slightly ill. What else? I was going to do a little bit of shenanigans, what we've been up to around here. Jared, my husband, has been home from work for a while, so he has taken full advantage of building Emmy's climbing wall bigger. She's had a climbing wall since before she could walk. She had a little one that she climbed up and into her crib with, and then that became a box which she could climb up to and then look out her bedroom window, and then from the box it went into a panel beside the box where she could climb up the panel and onto the box, and now she has 2 more panels. So that has been very exciting. And with the addition of the panels, means that Jared and I can climb on it now too, which is very exciting. I haven't put my climbing shoes on in a long time because there clearly is nowhere to go climbing on the prairies other than rock gyms, and that's not really my thing. So it was interesting to put my shoes back on, but felt really, really good to just start climbing around and leaning and just climbing. It felt really, really good. And I haven't been climbing a lot at work. Well, I haven't been working very much because it's winter, and so there's been no tree climbing, which sort of, well, it's the same and it's very much not the same all at the same time, but just being up in the air and holding yourself and doing physical things I've really, really missed. So having the climbing wall up is pretty exciting. So I'm going to try and insert a video, some pictures, something. I haven't really figured out how to do that yet. So if I am successful, they will be right here.
Pay attention to where you're going. Don't worry about me. I'm not climbing. Nice move. Get your foot on. Step right in here, right here. Get your toe right there. In, right here. Step on my finger. Right there. Yeah. Right there. Push. Okay, step there.
If not, let's continue on. What else have we been doing? We've been skiing a lot. Emmy got cross-country skis for Christmas. I can't remember if I told you this last time. So if I did, just ignore me, fast forward, whatever. Or have some coffee. Oh, by the way, today's mug brought to you by Kathy, the mother-in-law. I got this for one of my mother-in-laws. I'm lucky and have two. Both of my mother-in-laws are awesome. And I'm not just saying that. They are genuinely fantastic women. So this one is courtesy of Jared's mum. And clearly it has a tree, so I love it. And I'll drink from it. Sorry to whisper. I know that can be annoying because you think that the person has stopped talking and it's distracting, but I have a whole list, so I'm just reading down my list. Hold on. Thank yous, check. Shenanigans, check. Oh, cross-country skiing. And we got cross-country skis, real ones, for Christmas, which is very exciting for me because I am a big cross-country skier. When we moved back to the prairies from the mountains, there wasn't downhill skiing. There wasn't. My hair looks completely ridiculous. There wasn't there wasn't downhill skiing. There wasn't climbing. There wasn't hiking. There wasn't anything to do, and I was so bored. So my mother-in-law, Kathy, actually, Kathy of the mug, she gave me her cross-country skis. She never used them. They were just sitting gathering dust. So she gave me her cross-country skis, and I just flew at it because it was something that I could do, get outside, get some air, be physical. And when Emmy was born, it didn't put too much of a damper on it because when she was tiny, I just put her in a backpack and off we would go. I would go for 5 or 6 kilometers and she'd be totally fine as long as she was fed and clean. She was happy to be in the backpack and it was awesome. But then she got too big for the backpack. As soon as she got, last winter was pretty much the end of it. She got to be about 30 pounds and I just couldn't do it anymore. It was too heavy on my hips. And in that movement, it was just terrible. So I couldn't carry her anymore. So I really couldn't ski. But this year, she can ski with me. And it's so exciting. It's very slow. But I don't care. I can get out and it's great. And I get somewhat exercise. Not really exercise. But we get out and I get to watch her have fun with it. And love it. And so we've been doing that a lot too. That's about it. Lots of knitting. It got cold for a while, so we didn't really do anything there. But that's it. So I'll put in some more pictures too if I can figure out how to do it. Hopefully, it can't be that hard. It can't be that hard. It might just take me some time. So that's really all we've been doing. Eating some good food. That's about it. 2.5. Oh yes. List number, or thing on the list number 2.5. Because that happens in my world. Sometimes I get ahead of myself and forget things. Shoutouts. I watched Chelsea and Sue's podcast yesterday, and it's fantastic. They are so funny, and I have a really hard time watching them. Her podcast is Legacy Knits. Knits is with a Z. I have a really hard time watching them because I'm so used to watching them on Periscope that I want to comment so badly. So it's really hard not to just to sit and enjoy and listen to them talk. But they are fantastic. Go find them, Legacy Knits. And last time I said I was going to tell you about a couple of podcasts that aren't knitting related. one of which is Radiolab. It's kind of a sciencey one. They just talk about, well, not really sciencey. They talk about everything. They just research something out. They have a story about it, and it's really interesting because you never know what it like. Clearly, you know from the title that you have an idea, but it's always interesting. So Radiolab is a really good one. The other one I was just listening to earlier is called History on Fire, which is kind of a tricky one because the guy who does it, his name is Daniele Botelli or something like that. He's Italian, so he has an accent, and if you're not used to his accent or just accent in general, he's kind of hard to understand. I don't mind it because I've listened to a lot of his stuff, so I have an ear for it now. But really, really cool. He just picks some sort of part of history, and then tells a whole story about it. Kind of like Dan Carlin. He also has one too called Hardcore History. Very good, awesome podcast. That's the one I usually listen to when I'm mowing the lawn. I don't know why, but it's good at that time for me for some reason. So yeah, they just pick a piece of history and then explain it to the absolute T. It's really, really entertaining, but it has to be something that you can sit down and really pay attention to because they go into so much detail that you can get lost. So yeah, check that one out too. Okay, let's do some knitting because that's kind of why we're here, is it not? A little bit. Okay, so first thing I'm going to show you is Sue's Santa socks are not done. I don't have anything done. The only thing I have done is this sock, but I'm going to tear it apart because I'm totally not happy with the way that it turned out. Last time I showed you this, I was right here. I was at the heel. I had turned the heel already, and this is called the adjoin heel. Not a fan at all. It's not for my foot. That's all I have to say. It might be fantastic for other people's foot, but I have a really high arch and it fits very poorly on my foot. And then I just went straight into a 2x2 rib and it stretched out way too much around the gusset where the gusset should be. So what I learned from this is that I need a gusset in my socks. So don't make the adjoin if you have a very high arch because it just won't fit right. So I'm going to tear this back to, right here. And put a gusset in and then turn the heel. I think I'm going to do the square heel from Sock Architecture, just a plain square heel because I was looking at all of my socks that I like and that's what it is. It's some form or another of major gusset and then a square heel, and the reason I'm looking down is because the socks that I'm wearing right now are exactly that. I'll try and show you and look completely ridiculous while I do it. Are you ready? Oh, I'm too short. Hold on. Okay, now I'm trying not to fall down. There, I hope you can see that. Clear gusset. I might be pointing at the wrong spot. Clear gusset right there, and then turn heel, and then up we go. So that's what I'm going to do. These are my favorite socks. They are, I can't believe I'm doing this. They are awesome. They're Knit Picks. Oh crap, I was just looking at it. Knit Picks Stroll. Hand painted? I think that's what they're called. This colorway is discontinued. I think it's called like the Harvest colorway or something like that. But I have the Woodland colorway as well, which I'm going to turn into socks. But what I have found is that I like a denser sock. Oh, that's I like a denser sock. This is 72 stitches on 2.0s. And I have tiny feet. My hair looks totally ridiculous. If you're doing a drinking game while playing this, you should drink every time I touch my hair because it's going to be a lot this time. I didn't actually do it today. Sorry. Anyway, the sock. I like a denser fabric sock. Every time I've made a normal 62-inch sock or 62 stitch sock with a 2.5, it's too loose and it doesn't feel as good on my foot, which sucks because if you do 72 stitches on 2.0 millimeter needles, which is a 0. They take forever, like forever. Jared and I did the math one night about how many stitches it takes just to do like a toque, something super simple like that, and he was absolutely astounded. And when we got to that number, it was something like 86,000 something. I didn't even want to think about it anymore because I thought that is ridiculous that I put that much effort into it. But at the same time, I love it, so who cares? Right? Right. So I don't know what to do about the socks. Because I like doing socks, but if they take forever, then I get bored of them. So, who knows? I'll figure out something. But I love this yarn. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. That's Vivid Yarn Studios, and it's Sweet Song. And the yarn is gorgeous. I was trying to figure out how to describe it. I'm using Addie Sock Rockets with this yarn, and it's like writing with a good pen. It is so smooth, and it is so, I can't think of the word. It's so like second nature. You don't have to think about it. Your hands just do it, and it is so smooth and so lovely to do. Perfect combination. I hope I didn't say that last time too. I may have. Sorry if I'm just repeating myself over and over again. Okay, the second thing I'm working on that was totally spur of the moment. My friend Lara just sent me a message the other day saying that she was going to cast on a Bradway shawl by Shannon Cook. And I said, okay, wait for me. I want to knit along with you. And so I dove into my stash and I found some yarn that I probably would never have used otherwise. It's Patents Canadiana that I was given a couple years ago for Christmas by my brother-in-laws. And I probably would have turned them into toques for Jared, honestly, because he likes acrylic and because he's crazy. And that's just the way he is. But this was the perfect amount of yarn that I needed. And the colors were good. So I casted it on. And here it is. And I hope that, oh, you can see it pretty good. I'm getting there. I'm on the second twisted rib section. And it looks a lot better than I thought it would on camera. I thought it would look really acrylic-y. But it's really lovely. I am really shocked at how much I like it, honestly. The colors are very much not my color palette, as all of you that know me will say. But I love the way it's knitting up, and it is so fun to knit because it's constantly changing. You do like maybe 12 rows of one of the patterns, and then you switch to the twisted rib, and then you do a bunch to make the, I think she called this the brick pattern or something, and then back to the twisted rib. So there's constantly something going on, and it's awesome. But I had a question for you guys. Every time I use acrylic, it doesn't block, and I understand why, but this is going to have to be blocked somehow, because in the rib sections, hopefully I can show you, in the rib sections, you can see how it kind of dips down there, clearly because it's a rib, it's going to pull it in, right? So I'm worried that it's going to be totally misshapen when it's done. Oh, that's totally the wrong side I'm showing you. Oops. So if you have any suggestions, see when I pull it tight, it's fine. Not really. Well, not really from my view anyway. But yeah, see, you can see it there. So if you have any suggestions on how to block or get acrylic yarn to hold blocking or something, I don't know, let me know. Go into the Ravelry group. By the way, there's a Ravelry group called the Lone Larch Podcast. And if I haven't started a thread, go ahead and start a thread. Did I start a thread? No, not yet. I just started it for the episode. So if you have any suggestions on how to get acrylic to keep its shape or something, just so that it doesn't look totally skewampus, that would be awesome. I could use a little bit of advice if you have it. So that's that. It's totally, I was not planning on doing this at all, but I adore it. It is so fun to knit. It's all I've worked on for the past 3 days probably. Well, no. Okay, sort of. but it's just so fun. If I have the brain power to pay attention, I work on this because it's fun. So that's that. So Sue's Santa socks, I'm hoping to have these done in the next few days, because if I just have to turn the heel and then go up a little bit, because as I said last time, these are only half skeins, or not all of her skeins are half skeins, but the one that I got was only a half skein. So they're short socks, so it shouldn't take me long at all. I want to have these done because the cal ends the end of January, I think. So I have to hurry up and get that done. Oh, and I have the other one. I have the other one up to the heel. It's ready to go up to the heel. Oh, and I put in just a little rib in there just for something to do because I was bored. To continue on that little... Oh, really, son? The, what's it called? Sideways toe has a little ridge on either side, so I thought, oh, I'll just put a little purl stitch in there to kind of keep that line going up the toe. Because apparently I can't do a pattern and just listen to the pattern. I have to change it in some way, shape, or form. Someone else was saying this on a podcast. I can't remember who it was. It's gone from my brain, but it's impossible for me to do a pattern and stick to it to the T. I have to change it in some way. I don't know why. I'm stubborn. Whatever. And sorry, I'm totally not staying in the shot very well. Oh, and the Wellington by Jane Richmond, that hat that I need to get going on for Cam. I haven't started it yet, but as soon as I get the socks done, I am going to get that hat started. So Cam, don't worry, it's coming. Just give me time. If you even watch this again. I can't even believe you watched the first one. That's what weirds me out. Hi, guys. Okay, so 20 minutes. Perfect. I'm trying to keep them short because I cannot believe how long it took to upload it. It was like 6 hours or something like that. Plus, I'm really hoping I don't run out of space on my phone. I think I figured it out. But okay, so I have a couple up next that I'm pretty excited about. Oh, and I forgot to grab that yarn. Okay, so my brother, Chris, he brought me back this from Chile. Like last summer at some point, I think it was. I think the label is in Spanish, and my Spanish is not as good as it used to be, but I think it's alpaca. I tried looking it up. I thought maybe it was vicuña. I went to Chile 100 years ago with my friend Heather, who just started knitting, which is so exciting because she's getting into it and she's cabling, and I'm so excited, Heather, that you're knitting. Anyway, she is who I went to Chile with, and so I was so excited to get this little bit of Chile from my brother. He was down a chiropractic conference in somewhere. Anyway, he jumped over to Chile for a little while, did some stuff, brought me some yarn. So here it is, and I really want to use it. So I think it's alpaca because I researched where it came from, the Altiplano, which is the desert part of it. And that's the only thing that I can think that was there. I thought maybe it was vicuña, which is, I think, it's not a subspecies, but it's part of the camel family anyway. But I'm pretty sure they only live in the south. So after all of that long-winded spiel, I'm pretty sure this is alpaca. So what I'm going to do, I did a viajante before, but I did not get very far. I started it with just the lace weight as it calls for in the pattern, but it is taking forever. Like, this has been sitting for probably a year and a half. I haven't even looked at it. But it's just painfully slow. It is absolutely painfully slow. And it's very thin, clearly, because it's lace. So I think what I'm going to do, my friend Lara, again, she did one in figuring weight. And I loved it. I loved the way it turned out. She didn't use nearly as much yardage, and she knit it in like 3.5 seconds. So I think that's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to double strand this silk. Really, son? Are you really going to do this again? I thought we were going to be okay. Let's find the spot. There it is. Okay, so that's the green. It's silk. It's 100% silk. I got it at Olds Fiber Week. 4 years ago. It's glorious. It's beautiful. I love the color of it, but it's taking forever, and it's one of those projects that just drains my will to live. So it's not fun, and I'm not doing angry knitting because life is too short. So what I'm hoping to do is double strand that and that together. Wow, good, right? Pretty good. I'm getting there. The sun we have a south-facing window at the front of our house, and so the room with the best light is the one that has like intense sunlight all day long, which is lovely, and it keeps the room warm, but really hard to do a podcast apparently. So that's what I'm going to do. A Viajante double-stranded with Chris's alpaca and my silk. So stay tuned for that. I need to get it going so that I can just work on it mindless knitting when Emmy's at swimming and dance and stuff like that. So that's in the works. And I forgot about that other yarn I have. I'll do that next time because I'm nowhere near starting it, so there's really no point showing you. But I'm getting really excited. I have so much yarn that's just sitting on my shelf over there that is so gorgeous that I want to knit so badly. I want to cast on all the things, but I know if I do that, I'm going to get overwhelmed and then nothing is going to get done. So 2 projects at a time is my max. That is my rule, and I must stick to my rule. So I think that's all I have to tell you about knitting. Take a drink. I just touched my hair again. There's a kitty just came in. Conan, do you want to come up? This is the biggest cat in the world. Do you want to see him? Come here, buddy. Oh, he's cold. It's not that cold outside. This is Conan. He is very handsome. Say hi, Conan. He's a very handsome kitty. He's very cold too, so I'm going to put him down. Bye. Meow. Meow. He's mad at me now. Okay, so all I have left to talk about is my bags. I'm just going to show you a couple of them that are in the shop so that you can kind of get an idea of what they look like in sort of real life. So I have an Etsy shop, and it is Lone Larch Designs. If you search that on Etsy, I will come up. Or you can go to my Instagram profile, and there's a link there. There should be. Yes, there's a link there. If there's not, I'm gonna put it up. No, it's there. I'm sure it's there. So I'm gonna show you a couple of the bags that I have quickly, and hopefully it interests someone. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, okay, really quick. Oh, where's the, yes. I'll show you this one first because it's one of my favorites. It comes with a matching Notions pouch. It is purple. That's pretty good color. It was really hard getting the color to show up in the pictures on Etsy, but it is quite purple. And it has a tiny little loop. And squiggly wiggly lining, which I really like. Really low key. And it comes with a matching Notions pouch, which is same fabric, same zipper, same pull, and same inner. Excuse me, how rude. Good grief. It looks kind of like my hair today, doing exactly what I don't want it to do. That's what happens when you have the thickest hair in the world and a little bit of curl. Okay, so that one, I love this one. Ooh, I love it. Notions pouch. I don't have very many Notions pouches right now. I just sort of do them if I have leftover bits. Is this Glamour? Yes. This one's awesome. This is from Vancouver Fabric that I got when we were up there at Knit City. And it's canvasy also. It's the wedge, so it puffs up at the bottom. They've just been folded in the box, so you can't really tell. But medium project bags, shawl, hat, loads of room for socks, like 3 or 4 pairs of socks probably. Pieces of sweaters, like a sleeve or something. That's the liner. Come on, son, pay attention. And it's gold. It has gold fleck in it with that green zipper. It's brutal because all of these are my favorite. Every single one of them. I get them finished and I go, oh, I love it. Can I keep it? No. I would have 1,000 if I kept them all. And then this one is very close to the same. This is my tall medium bag. It's the same size as the other one, only it's just turned on its side. So it has a black zip and it has gray polka dots. And the reason I make them tall like that is so that you can fold the top down like that, and it turns it into a yarn bowl, as some people call it, or it just makes it so that the yarn doesn't get caught in the zipper when you're knitting. So there's that. That's the back. Not that it matters, but that one. Okay, this one's my favorite, sort of. This one actually genuinely had a really hard time not keeping it. It made me think of Bird Lover a bunch of numbers at the end, because she's in Hawaii right now. And my friend Amy was just in Hawaii, and Lara from the Fawn Knits was just in Mexico. And it made me think of a project bag that you just grab when you're hopping on the plane for a winter vacay. So there it is. And it's the canvas, or it's not as thick as the canvasy ones, but it's the woven cotton again. And this one just has the regular natural cotton lining. No pattern, just au naturel. That one. This one I really like. I wasn't sure about this one, but I decided to just give it a go. It has the green zip, brown pull, stripes, and it just has the same color for the liner. And that's the tall medium as well. I guess that doesn't really make any sense, but it's the same size as the medium if it was this way, only it's just the tall version of it. And then these two are a little bit, they look smaller, but it's because they're made out of a different fabric. So they are just a little bit less, or lower profile, or whatever you want to call it. Very geometric. I really like that. And this has the, I know this would give my mom vertigo, so mom, look away if you're watching this one. Very geometric bag. It makes my OCD very happy. All the lines and everything very symmetrical and perfect, and yeah. And then the last one, oh yeah, this one, oh, they're all my favorite. It's the canvasy material again. I really like using the canvasy material instead of just normal cotton. I find it way sturdier, clearly, and even they all have interfacing in them as well, but I just like the feel of them way better. And this one has birds in it, and if you look at it normally like this, the birds are upside down. But I did that on purpose, because when you look inside the bag, like this, okay, they're still not right side up. How was I thinking that? Oh yeah, when you look at it like this, they're the right side up. Or when you fold it down to make your little bag, as a lot of people do, they're right side up. So cute little happy birds. And that is that. So that's all the bags I have. There's more in the shop. These are just the newest ones. That's it. What else? Let me just make sure that I think of it. There was a bunch of stuff that I wanted to ask, and of course I didn't write them down. There was the blocking. There was the, oh, the show notes. Okay, so do people actually care if there's show notes or not? Because me, I never go and look for the show notes, because I prefer to write it down as I'm watching the podcast and have like the little, you know, the little titles along the bottom as the person's saying it. I just write it down then. I never refer back to show notes. So I'm wondering if you guys care if there's show notes or not. Because I'd rather spend my time putting the titles in and spend a little bit more time editing than writing out show notes. It just seems more logical in my brain. So let me know what you think about that. There is a thread already. I did that just before I started. Tell me what you think about that. The other thing I wanted to ask was podcasts. What is your favorite podcast? Please tell me, knitting or not. Please tell me what it is. I'll open a thread for that one too, just so that we can share all the things that we're loving, because I always love a new podcast. So let me know. And that's all I can think of for now. I hope that I entertained you. And I hope it wasn't too boring, and I hope my headache goes away, and I hope my cheeks stop going super red. I think I need to drink some more water. I always need to drink some more water, and so do you. So go drink some water. Enjoy the rest of your day. Get outside, get some fresh air, have fun. That's all I can think of. Enjoy the day. Big kiss. See you later. Come here, Beaks. Come on. You have to meet Watson. Come on, Beaks. I just thought about this. Come on, get up. Oh, good boy. He just had a bath, so he's really fluffy. This is Watson. He's our beagle. The only one we have left. Out of 3 beagles, he is the oldest. Oh, and he's shedding like crazy. He just had a bath this morning, so he's super soft. And so handsome. You happy, Biggs? You happy, boy? He's getting so white. He is 9-ish. I think he's 9. And we've had him forever. Well, we've had him since he was 9, but it feels like forever for us. We got him just before we got married. And we spent a summer together, him and I, alone in Revelstoke after we got... Jared and I were already married, but I went to Revelstoke for a summer. He works on the road anyway, so he was hardly home. So Watson and I went to Revelstoke for a summer, and so we became very good friends. He is my old man. Right, Beaks? Say hi, look. Alright, are you done? I am covered in dog hair now. I'm gonna have to go vacuum the couch. He sheds like crazy after a bath. Okay, say hi. Done? Okay. See you later. Bye-bye. Okay, get down. Off you go. Good boy. Yuck. Yuck. It's every